Have you ever ended a long day and thought, I made it through? But never. I enjoyed that. You wake up tired, you handle your responsibilities, you answer messages, you solve problems, and when the day is over, you feel relief, not fulfillment, not excitement, just relief. Relief that nothing went wrong, and somewhere, quietly, a question lingers. Is this what life is supposed to feel like? If you've been feeling that way, you're not broken, and you're not alone. Imagine a woman in her early 30s. She has a stable job, a decent apartment. People would describe her as responsible, reliable, strong. Her alarm goes off at 6:30 before she even sits up. She reaches for her phone. The screen lights up her face in the dark. Emails, notifications, news. Her chest tightens slightly. Not panic, just pressure. She moves through her morning automatically. Shower, coffee, commute, meetings, deadlines, small talk. She smiles when she needs to, delivers what's expected, keeps everything running. From the outside, her life looks fine, but inside, she always feels slightly behind, slightly braced, as if something might go wrong if she relaxes too much, even on weekends. She can't fully settle, even during dinner with friends. Part of her mind drifts to Monday. One night, she's sitting alone on her couch. The room is quiet. The TV is on, but she isn't really watching, and she realizes something uncomfortable. She isn't excited about anything. She isn't deeply sad either. She's just tired, not sleepy, not burned out in a dramatic way, just emotionally flat, like she's running on a treadmill that never turns off, always moving, never arriving, and the thought forms gently in her mind, I'm not living, I'm just surviving. Maybe, in your own way, you felt that too. When you feel like you're surviving instead of living, it usually isn't because your life is collapsing. It's often because your nervous system has been in protection mode for too long. Protection mode isn't dramatic. It can look like being highly responsible, highly productive, highly aware of what could go wrong. Your brain's primary job is to keep you safe, not fulfilled. And if at some point you learned that safety comes from performance, from being dependable, from not making mistakes, your brain will keep running that pattern. Maybe you grew up in an environment where you had to mature quickly. Maybe being the strong one earned you approval. Maybe mistakes felt unsafe. Maybe instability left a mark. So your system adapted. It became efficient, controlled, alert. But here's the subtle shift that happens over time. When the nervous system stays slightly activated for too long, it starts prioritizing stability over expansion. It asks, am I secure? Am I accepted? Am I avoiding failure? It stops asking, am I fulfilled? Am I excited? Am I growing? Because growth requires emotional energy. Joy requires openness. Creativity requires space. And survival mode narrows your world. There's another layer too. Many of us built our identities around coping, being responsible, being low maintenance, being the one who handles things. That identity likely helped you build stability. But sometimes, without realizing it, you outgrow the version of yourself that was built purely around survival, and that can feel confusing. Your life looks fine, but something inside feels misaligned. Not because you're ungrateful, but because your inner self is ready for more depth, more honesty, more aliveness. Numbness can feel safe, but numbness doesn't feel like living. Here's the gentle truth. You don't move from surviving to living by blowing up your life. You move by widening your emotional range again, slowly. Living doesn't require dramatic change. It requires small moments of presence, moments where your nervous system learns, we are not in danger right now. That might look simple. Pausing for 10 seconds before picking up your phone in the morning. letting yourself sit in silence in your car before going inside, taking a short walk without headphones, saying no once even if your voice shakes, trying something creative without needing to be good at it. These moments may seem insignificant, but to a brain used to constant scanning and solving, they are powerful signals. They teach your system that expansion is not the same as danger, that rest is not laziness, that joy is not irresponsible. Over time, these small choices begin to shift something. You start noticing light through a window. You taste your coffee instead of rushing it. You laugh and it doesn't feel forced. Not because your life became perfect, but because you're no longer gripping it so tightly. Sometimes the reason you feel like you're surviving is not because your life is wrong. It's because you've outgrown the version of yourself that only knew how to cope. And growth often feels like restlessness before it feels like clarity. That quiet dissatisfaction, it may not be a flaw, it may be a signal. If you've been feeling like you're just getting through your days, take a slow breath right now. Surviving may have been necessary. It may have protected you. It may have helped you build something stable. It may have carried you through seasons you rarely talk about. But survival was never meant to be your permanent state. You are allowed to want more than relief. You are allowed to want depth, peace, moments that feel like they belong to you. Tomorrow morning, when light comes through your window, pause for just a few seconds. Notice it, before the emails, before the expectations, before the pressure. Just one small moment where you are not performing, not solving, not proving, just being. That is where living begins. Quietly, gently, one softened breath at a time, and you deserve that.